Kenji López-Alt. I'm the Chief Creative Officer at Serious Eats. I run all of our recipe testing and taste tests and equipment tests here at Serious Eats. So Consumer Reports asked me to use some of their recommended knives, and I used them for about a week doing all the basic cooking tasks that I would normally do. Chopping, mincing, cutting fish, cutting seafood, chopping herbs. Everything you would ever possibly do with a normal knife is what I did. I used them basically going in blind because I didn't really know much about either of the knives. I had worked with Henkel's before. I had never tried Ginsu knives, but I'd seen their infomercials as a kid. So there are two basic knife grips that people use. The handle grip is this one, and I don't use that grip because it's pretty imprecise. The blade grip is what grip that I recommend using, and that's where you actually have your fingers on the blade like this, and it gives you a little more precision. And the problem with the Ginsu knives is that they have very heavy handles, so when you hold them using the blade grip, the handle starts to fall backwards. And so that means that when you're trying to chop things, you have to put a little more effort into it. You know, you'll be able to chop just fine, but it feels like more work. My hand gets more tired. With this Henkel's, it's nicely balanced. It goes up and down easily. Basically, the blade is balanced by the handle, so there's very little effort needed. Henkel's get a little bit sharper. It has better design elements, better balance. But yeah, that's one place where you can pretty easily see the difference in how sharp the blades are. Like this guy will compress a little bit, where it's pushing down and kind of squeezing the skin before it bites into it, and then it suddenly bites through. Whereas this guy just slips right in. This was a major thing. This we first noticed when we were trying to cut through the lobster claws. So the Henkel's work really well. They just cut right through. Whereas the Ginsu ones, they can't cut even if you try. They both seem like they're relatively good buys if you're in the market for a set. I'm the kind of guy who would rather pick and choose individual knives than to buy a set, because the set usually comes with things that you don't really want. After hearing what the prices were, the Ginsu is a very good value. I would have guessed that it would have cost like probably $50 more for the set than it really was. Both knife sets, they're a high quality build. The Henkel's get a little bit sharper. It has better design elements, better balance. But the Ginsu, for the price, I mean, it feels sturdy. It feels like it's going to last a long time. It's more than what I would expect.